Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're embarking on a journey to a city that Canadians, maybe surprisingly, have been known to, well, love to hate.
Right.
We're talking about Winnipeg, Manitoba. It's more than just the provincial capital. It's literally the geographical center of North America.
That's a fact not many people realize, I think.
Exactly. Now, it often gets a certain reputation, but what genuinely keeps over 841,000 residents choosing to make their home there? We're going to try and peel back the layers today, uncover some really surprising facts that go far beyond those common perceptions. Okay, let's unpack this.
Yeah, absolutely. Our mission today is really to cut through those stereotypes and, extract the most compelling nuggets of insight about Winnipeg. We'll delve into its rich history, starting with its incorporation way back in 1873.
1873, wow.
And by the end, I think you'll see why there's far more to the peg, as they call it, than maybe any first impression might suggest.
Okay, so when anyone thinks of Winnipeg, what's the immediate association for most people? It's got to be the cold, right?
Oh, definitely the cold.
And look, it's not entirely unfounded. The city recorded a truly bone-chilling negative 47.8 Celsius, that's negative 54 Fahrenheit, back in December 1879.
Yeah, a long time ago, but still.
And for a long time, it held this sort of unofficial title, didn't it? Coldest city in the world with over 600,000 people. But here's where it gets really interesting and starts to defy that singular image.
It does. It's true the cold is legendary, but actually that specific coldest city title, it's now shifted to Ulaanbaatar in Mongolia, using that population metric.
Okay.
But what's truly fascinating, though, is the flip side of Winnipeg's climate coin. Despite averaging, get this, 132 days of snow cover each year.
Wow.
It also boasts measurable sunshine on an astonishing 318 days.
318. So it's cold, but it's bright cold.
Exactly. It's not just a deep freeze. It's often a bright, clear one. And the intensity of its winters, that comes down to its geography, really. It's highly susceptible to what are called polar highs.
Polar highs?
Yeah, they're these Arctic high-pressure systems that just sort of funnel in intensely frigid air right down onto the prairies.
So you're saying you might need more than just a good parka. Maybe some, I don't know, heated socks.
Yeah, maybe. But that cold also leads to unique things, like you mentioned, the world's longest naturally freezing skating rink right on the river.
Right, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Literally. And just to cover the spectrum, Winnipeg isn't only about the deep freeze. It hit a scorching 42.2 Celsius on July 11th, 1936.
Good point. It really is a city of dramatic temperature swings.
So it's got the extremes? But what about the wind? Everyone calls Chicago the windy city, but sometimes you hear Winnipeg called that too. Is that another misconception we can blow away?
Ah, nice one. Yes, that's a perfect question for our deep dive. Despite that sort of pervasive nickname sometimes, Winnipeg is actually Canada's 12th windiest city.
12th? Not even close.
Nope. Hamilton, Ontario, surprisingly takes the top spot.
Hamilton, really?
Yeah. So that's another perception, debunked.
Yeah.
But to truly understand Winnipeg's character, we have to talk about its unique river geography. The city sits right at the junction of the Red and Assiniboine rivers. It's a historic meeting place known as the Forks.
The Forks, right. Heard of that.
But it's not just two rivers. Winnipeg actually has 4 major rivers in total: the Red, Assiniboine, LaSalle, and Seine.
4 rivers.
And this extensive river system, combined with the city's extreme flatness, it's really flat, makes it particularly prone to major flooding, like the tragic flood of the century back in 1997.
Right, I remember that. So a geographic vulnerability that kind of ironically becomes one of its greatest recreational assets, like that river skating rink you mentioned earlier.
Exactly. That convergence of rivers at the Forks isn't just a geographical landmark. It's Manitoba's #1 tourist attraction. And it's steeped in 6,000 years of Indigenous history. It's a real hub.
6,000 years. That's incredible. So how does this rich history translate into the city's modern cultural landscape? What does that look like today?
Well, what's truly compelling here is how Winnipeg uses its cultural institutions to assert a really unique identity, often in surprising ways. For a city sometimes dismissed by outsiders, these aren't just collections. They feel like cultural statements.
Okay, like what?
Well, take the Royal Winnipeg Ballet, for instance. It's Canada's oldest dance company.
Oldest?
Yeah, and the longest continuously operating ballet company in all of North America. That's a testament, really, to enduring artistic dedication right there on the prairies.
That is impressive.
Then there's the Winnipeg Art Gallery, the WAG. Now, it's known as Wag-Quamajuk.
Quamajuk.
Yes, and it houses the world's largest public collection of contemporary Inuit art, We're talking over 14,000 pieces.
Wow, 14,000 in Winnipeg.
Exactly. For a prairie city, this isn't just impressive. It's a powerful assertion of Indigenous culture and, frankly, a challenge to any narrow perception you might have of a Canadian city. And Kwamajuk's design, it's this amorphous flowing building. It beautifully complements the WAG's older, more razor-sharp aesthetic. Creates a really powerful visual and cultural dialogue.
Interesting architecture connecting the art forms. What else?
And the Canadian Museum for Human Rights. Its very existence outside Canada's capital region, outside Ottawa, speaks volumes about Winnipeg's role, perhaps, as a national conscience.
That's a good point. It's the only national museum outside the capital region, right?
The first one, yes. Designed by Antoine Predock, its striking glass structure and that iconic spiraling Tower of Hope, they were explicitly designed to create what some call a Bilbao effect in the city.
Ah, like the Guggenheim in Bilbao.
Precisely. A phenomenon where a landmark building transforms the city's cultural tourism, drawing visitors from all over. And its design intentionally guides visitors from darkness to light, physically and metaphorically, towards that Tower of Hope. It's quite moving.
It really sounds like Winnipeg is using its architecture and cultural statements to firmly establish its place, nationally and maybe even internationally. Beyond those major institutions, though, I was fascinated to learn there are over 600 murals throughout the city, and just a fantastic amount of street art generally.
Yeah, it's quite something.
What does it say about a city that embraces public art so thoroughly? It's beyond just, putting up statues. What stands out to you about that?
Well, what's really fascinating here is how public art in Winnipeg isn't just decorative. It's often deeply integrated with the city's identity, its history, and even its ongoing social conversations. And it's made incredibly accessible, too, through initiatives like the Winnipeg Arts Council, WAC Public Art app. This app actually lets you explore pieces and learn their stories right on your phone.
Oh, cool.
Consider a piece called Emptyful. It's an iconic sculpture made of stainless steel, water, lights, fog, and even the weather interacts with it. It's inspired by this idea that Winnipeg and the prairies are full of emptiness, not in a negative way, but like a boundless space for nature and human activity.
Full of emptiness. I like that.
Then there's Roostertown Kettle. This is a really poignant piece remembering a Metis community that was bulldozed. It encourages critical thinking about how media portrays marginalized communities and even raises questions about things like clean water access.
Wow, so the art is really engaging with tough issues.
Exactly. It raises that important question. How can art prompt reflection on societal issues, past and present, challenging our collective memory? And on a more interactive note, there's You plus You.
Sounds intriguing.
It's this engaging piece where your handprints trigger musical notes and lights. It serves as a powerful metaphor for giving voice to people. It really ties the community directly into the art itself.
It's truly compelling how that art seems to directly confront the city's narrative and invite participation. Does this active engagement reflect maybe a broader civic willingness to grapple with complex issues? Or is this something particularly unique to Winnipeg's character?
That's a great question. It certainly feels very prominent there. And beyond the visual arts, Winnipeg also knows how to throw a party. We're talking lively festivals, like the Festival du Voyageur.